नित्यानन्देश्वरसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरिमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome all of you. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, Samajis, Satsangis, Srimahans, Mahans, Kotaris, Tanedars, sitting with us all over the world through Nithyananda TV, Sadhana TV, two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha. Cities sitting with us, Nayana Diksha, Oman Sivagangai, Singapore, Colombo, Romania, London Kashi, Vancouver, North Dakota, New York, Wisconsin, Winston-Salem, Tiruvannamalai, Kuala Lumpur, Palani, Jorpatti, Nepal, San Jose, Madurai, Ohio, Prayag, Houston, Kalahasti, Seattle, Doncaster, Hyderabad, Gupta Kashi, Los Angeles, Arunachalam, Phoenix, Arizona, Guadalupe, Rameshwaram, Oklahoma, Somanatham, Toronto, Tirukailayam, Scottsdale, Arizona, Charlotte, Srisalem, Paris, Indrani, New Jersey, and some more cities are joining. I welcome all of you with my love and respects. Upanishads. Let's chant the Shanthi Mantra, which I am expanding on, and enter into the science of applying that mantra in our life. Om Poornamadhah Poornamidham Poornaath Udhachyathey Poornasya Poornamaadhaaya Poornamevaavasishyathey. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. When I am trying to expand Upanishads, even I feel I am not using enough words. It's like it is not adequate. Saraswati may be eloquent, but not adequate to translate the silence of Mahadeva. Translating the silence of Mahadeva, even Saraswati feels inadequate. She may be eloquent in front of anything, but inadequate in front of Mahadeva's silence. Upanishads are Mahadeva's silence, translating that into words. It's only by Mahadeva's grace I can translate his silence into words and deliver. Understand? I was expanding on the concept of nation and desha. when decision makers, whether in the field of business or ruling, when decision makers are out of fear and greed, it is all about producing in mass and sharing it with the world. When the decision makers are caught in fear and greed, then it is all going to be about possessing and controlling. Wealth handled with incompletion will lead to possessiveness. Power handled with incompletion will become controlling. A powerless man, when he is given power, he will only be controlling. A poor man, when he is given wealth, he will only be possessing. Poor man does not even know how to live with wealth, I am telling you. He will just make a big godown, iron godown, thick walled iron godown, put everything inside and lock it and sleep on it, that's all, and die. And is this the purpose of wealth? And whole life he spent worrying, will anybody know what I am keeping under my bed, and will anybody steal it? A poverty conscious man, even if he stumbles upon wealth, he can't live. Poor man, incomplete man, even if he sees wealth, he is not going to enjoy it, live it. He may possess it, he may not live it. Same way, a powerless man, frightened, fear-based person, even if he is given power, he will only be controlling it, he will not be expanding it. Person established in completion, in the space of completion, even if he does not have wealth, he knows how to create and live. Person based on completion, even the small powers which is available to him, he knows how to enrich people with power. Enriching people with power. Completion based lifestyle, I am telling you. Constantly empower yourself. Constantly empower yourself. Constantly empower yourself. Have power. And go on empowering people with power. And I tell you, in whichever field you empower people, you will be becoming more and more powerful. Only by producing more musicians, you will become a great musician. Only by producing more dancers, you will become a great dancer. Only by producing more doctors, you will become a great doctor. Only by producing more rich people, you will become a richer person. Only by producing more leaders, you will be a great leader. Only by producing more enlightened beings, you will be an incarnation. Empowering people. Empowering people. Empowering can happen only if you feel powerful, complete inside. If you feel incomplete, empowering does not happen. I tell you, life has no hypocrisy. Life has no hypocrisy. Life has no hypocrisy. I think this is the punch statement for all of you today. Meditate, meditate, meditate. Life has no hypocrisy means when you are authentic in empowering people, you will become more powerful. When you are authentic, enriching people, you will be more enriched. No, I'll believe all this, but practically I know if I make him big, he will become big and I'll be small. This hypocrisy will only make you smaller and smaller, because life responds authentic way. Life has no hypocrisy. I am telling you, throughout my life, I was, I am, I will be always authentically enriching, empowering people continuously. Whatever field you may choose, whatever good things you may have, it can be as simple as one hand rise to as much as the knowledge about different fields. Whatever you may have, empowering, enriching makes you more and more enriched, empowered. If you are a businessman, support as many people as possible to become businessmen. You will become a great businessman. If you are a musician, support as many people as possible to become a musician. You will become a great musician. Any field. Only a completion-based person will feel empowering others, enriching others, enriches himself, empowers himself. Incompletion-based person will continuously possess. I tell you, life has no hypocrisy. Life has no hypocrisy. Life has no hypocrisy. I really wanted all of you, all the devotees, to type this statement at least 11 times in your Facebook as a status and share it with all. Because this key needs to be applied in every nook and corner of your life. If I just make this one statement as a cognition for all my kids, I am done. I am just done. if you possess out of greed, you will neither own nor live. If you control out of fear, you will neither have power. You won't even have the people whom you are controlling under you. And if you share out of richness, you will have more and more. If you empower out of powerfulness, you will have more and more powers. Life has no hypocrisy. Understand? I have always seen these disciples who are sincere, honest, standing up for empowering, enriching, powerfully. They are showered so much. They always come back and say, Swamiji, gratitude. Swamiji, I am grateful. And these people who try to possess, inside themselves deeply they feel that insecurity and poverty and powerlessness, incompletion. How much ever they try to act outside, the hypocrisy is clearly studied by life. Life responds to them exactly as they are. Please listen. In every level of thinking, let this one truth be the core truth of your being, your core cognition from which you are constantly making decisions. See, for a woman, the core cognition will be, I am woman. I am a woman. I need to protect me. Even by hypnotizing, mesmerizing, you can't take away that part. Even those people who write mesmerism, hypnotism books, who teach all these things, I don't believe in any of that and I don't practice any of that. Let me be very clear. Even they write, even if you hypnotize, mesmerize some women, put a hot charcoal in their hand and say it is cold and hands won't get burnt. Even in that state, if you touch their cloth, they will wake up, come out of hypnotized state or mesmerized state, and they will protect themselves. No one can be mesmerized, hypnotized, and used. Listen, for a woman, I'm the woman is the core cognition. For men, please listen. For men, I am not enough is the core cognition. For woman, it will always be, I have to protect me. I am a woman. That fear is the core cognition. For men, I am not enough. The greed will be the core cognition. Replace both with the cognition of completion. Hey, I cannot be violated. Anything which can be violated is not me. For men, I am enough unto myself. Nothing can be added to me. If anything can be added, it can be taken away. Understand? If something can be added to me today, tomorrow it can be taken away. If something is not true today, how can it become true tomorrow? Ubadhi. That is why in Sanskrit we have a beautiful word. Upadhi means, it has two meanings. One, titles and disease. Titles and disease, both are called by the word upadhi. Rich man, title. This title, that title. All these titles and disease, both are one and the same. Understand? What I am talking is not impractical. Listen. It is verily practical for you to practice in your life every day. Our elders have practiced all this. One elderly woman who used to sell buttermilk, ghee, butter in my native village, Thiruvannamalai. She used to come to Annamalai Swamigal, Ramana Maharshi's disciple. She used to come to Annamalai Swamigal and she will offer every day little buttermilk or butter to Annamalai Swamigal and force him to eat. Literally, she will sit, even if it is 2 hours or 3 hours, till he picks up that glass little and puts in the mouth. She will sit and pray to Annamalai Swamigal. Annamalai Swamigal is the great enlightened being. And he will never budge for anybody. But somehow I have seen he never deprived her, denied her. He may wait for some time, half an hour or 1 hour, but he will not miss without accepting what she offers. And I have seen many times I will take something and he will never touch, he will give it to others. He will not put it in the mouth. Rarely he will take it and put it in the mouth. Otherwise he will give it to others. And I also go there for what he gives. He used to give a lot of candy, so I'll go there as a kid. And but this elderly lady, whatever may be the time, he will never deprive her, deny her. He will accept at least a little bit of what she brought. One day I was just sitting in front of him and looking at his grace. Actually, he's an elderly person. You can never understand the kind of a grace his body radiates. Just with one loin cloth and one small towel, he will be sitting and staring at that Arunachala hill. The samadhi can be seen with the eyes. I can say, looking at the master's form when he is in samadhi is literally like a drinking samadhi through eyes. Drinking samadhi through eyes. That is a word I will use. Drinking samadhi through eyes. So I was just drinking samadhi through my eyes in front of him. That elderly lady brought little butter that day, and he took little and put it in the mouth. And very unexpectedly, he took little and put it in my mouth also. I just took it, and he directly fed with his own hand, putting it in my mouth. I just took it and then could not understand. I was staring at him. Why he did this? Because he was not the kind of a person who does this kind of a physically expressing love. He is not that kind of person. Arunagiri Yogeshwara was that kind of person. Hugging or physically feeding, the touching through body, showing the love and feeling connection. Arunagiri Yogeshwara was that kind of person. But Annamalai Swamigal is not that kind of person. He is a kind of a dry Vedanti. No physical gestures to demonstrate love. No physical way of demonstrating love. So I was wondering, what is going on? He himself started telling, in Tamil he said, Ribugida kadanji kondu vara amrutamada idu, means that lady who makes butter, while she is churning, she chants Ribugita constantly and makes that butter. Because of that, it has become nectar. Please understand, an ordinary village lady who sells butter and buttermilk and makes her life, when she is able to establish herself in the state of completion, why not we? Annamalai Swamigal says, while she is churning the milk, in Indian villages they will keep a big pot and put a spindle called mattu and put a rope and churn. Around 2-3 hours you have to churn, and then the butter will be churned out, and the butter they will collect and put it in a cloth and squeeze to take the water part out, and then it will become a solid butter. They will bring it and sell. He says, she is so sincerely singing the Ribugita constantly and churning. Now she has become the truth while she is churning. So that butter also has become nectar, filled with the truth. And I really want to tell you, at least next 2.5 days, after that butter gone into my mouth, my body, I was in that samadhi, the same state in which Annamalai Swamigal was. 2.5 days. See, all I want to tell you is, your outer conditions does not matter for you to be established in the cognition of completion. You can be as simple as village buttermilk seller, old elderly women. That doesn't matter. You can be established in the space of completion. Let the cognition of completion penetrate your every decision and action. when the existence teaches all of us how to live, the first verse itself, completion is completion. This is completion, that is completion. From completion, this and that happens. Whether this becomes that or that becomes this, it is only completion moving into completion and completion becoming completion. Understand? Whether this becomes that or that becomes this, completion moves into completion. Completion moves into completion. I tell you, you sit and do the completion process, technique. Suddenly you see incompletion disappears. Anything which can disappear, how can you say it existed earlier? See, if something is not going to be there tomorrow, how can you say it is there today? This stone may not exist in the same form tomorrow means this may be factual but not real. See, today if you take this stone and throw it on somebody's head, they will be hurt. I am not denying its power and existence, but it is not real because tomorrow it may not exist in the same form. If something which can't exist tomorrow, it's not real even today. Understand? Your whole life, you are centering it on factual. That is why so much of suffering. Center it on real. A person who centers his cognition on real lives a non-serious life. I tell you, non-serious life is what I call celebration. Namarkum gudiyallom namanayanjom emarom idarpadom. It's a word from Vakisha Munivar, a great enlightened being, Tirunavukarasar. We are not frightened even about so-called death. Understand? If your everyday thinking, everyday feeling is more based on fact, the so-called fact, more fear, more greed, more incompletion, more bondage, more suffering, more torture. Food is required for living. But are you spending 24 hours on food? If you are spending 24 hours on food, that same food will kill you. Same way, the facts are required for a simple, smooth running of life. But don't be obsessed with a fact-based life. Don't judge yourself, gauge yourself every day based on the bank balance you have. Food is required for living. But if you are too obsessed with it, that itself will kill you. Facts are required for smooth flow of life. But if you are too obsessed with it, that itself will destroy you. Let your life be reality-based. Let your biomemory and muscle memory be more and more built on reality-based. anything which was not there yesterday cannot be there today. Anything which is not going to be there tomorrow cannot be there today. Let your cognition be slowly established. The word slowly I am using just to give you encouragement. But if you come near, I will not say slowly, goli. The slowly word does not mean slowly. It means really speed. I'm just saying slowly so that you don't run away. That's all. Understand. I'm telling you. Establish yourself beautifully. Establish yourself beautifully. In the space of completion and reality. Let more and more of your biomemory and muscle memory become completion-based thinking. Reality-based thinking. You will live. It's not that you will not bother about fact. You will handle it intelligently. It's not that you won't eat, but food won't be able to eat you. Now, you are so obsessed with the facts, it's not that you are using them, they are using you. If you are smoking 1 cigarette per day, you are smoking the cigarette. If it is 100, cigarette is smoking you. If you are eating, which is necessary for living, you are eating the food. If it is more than that, food is eating you. Same way, facts. It is required for a smooth running. Like you need to know 2 plus 2 is 4. So that when you receive salary, you collect that money exactly and come back, live your transactions based on those facts. But that itself is cannot be core of your cognition. Understand? See, you have to learn driving to reach your office, but that itself is not enough for you to run your office. Driving is a basic lesson for you to reach your office, but to run your office you need a different cognition. If you think, oh, driving itself is a big, great thing I learnt, then be a driver your whole life, that's all. Not more than that. You will never become a CEO. Understand? The fact-based cognitions, understandings, calculations are like learning to drive, but reality-based cognition is learning to live. Learn to live. Please learn to live. That's all I am saying. And the grace which comes to you when you learn to live, the courage of enlightenment, the beauty of enlightenment, the grace of enlightenment, even the kings will feel jealous of you. Celebrities will feel shy looking at your grace, and kings will feel jealous of the power you are radiating. Businessmen will feel guilty of the way you are living. I am telling you. It is reality-based life, reality-based cognition. No one can torture you. All the fellows who try to torture you will finally torture themselves and disappear. Karma comes back. Please understand, life functions with a clear, straightforward, honest, authentic principles. It is intelligence. No way you can cheat life. No way you can cheat life. Life has no hypocrisy. Life has no place for hypocrisy. Understand. Cognition, your inner thinking, feeling, decision making, your cognition, if it functions based on reality, it's not that you will forget the facts. You will know the facts and you will be able to play with the facts. People will feel you are doing miracles, but you are not doing miracles. You are just playing with the facts. Listen. If you stand with the cognition of reality, neither somebody can honor you, add something to you, nor somebody can dishonor you, take away something from you. The person who tries to honor you will be more and more happy. The person who tries to dishonor you will more and more fall into depression and suffer. The person who tries to honor you gets that same honor back because you can't be honored. The person who tries to dishonor you gets back the same dishonor because you can't be dishonored. Like Mahadeva is sitting. You try to pour milk and sandal on him, it will only shower on you. You will only be enjoying that smell. And you try to put something else, then that will also be on you only. He is there, can neither be honored nor be dishonored. I tell you, live in the cognition of reality. The cognition of reality, completion was, completion is, completion will be. You are established in the space of completion. Even when you imagine you have incompletion, your incompletions may be based on facts, but it is not based on real. Fact is different, real is different. Fact is different, real is different. Your incompletions may be based on fact, but can never be based on real. The law of real, the principle of real, the dharma of real is Poornamadhah, Poornamidham, Poornaath, Udhachyathey, Poornasya, Poornamaadhaaya, Poornamevaavasishyathey. Means from the space of completion only, completion comes out. Even when completion comes out, completion remains as completion. When the completion goes back, completion remains as completion. Even when you think they are separate, both remain as completion. It is always completion in the space of completion and completion. Listen. That is why I am telling you. In the dream, you see many things. You even run if the tiger chases you in the dream. It may be factual for the time being. It can't be real. Same way, even in the so-called waking state, when your dreams pulls you and pushes you, your perceptions may be factual but not real. The perceptions getting established in the space of real. Perceptions tuning itself to real is what I call living Advaita. Living Advaita. I tell you, make your perceptions into real. Make your perceptions into real. Make your perceptions into real. Let your cognition be established on reality. The Shanthi Mantra can give you eternal Shanti just if you make it as your cognition. So, with the decision to make this as your cognition, please chant the Shanthi Mantra along with me. Om Poornamadhah Poornamidham Poornaath Poornamudhachyathey Poornasya Poornamaadhaaya Poornamevaavasishyathey. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. With this, I bless you all. Let you all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching, causing, living Advaita, eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.